Factsverse presents How People in Other Countries Spot American Tourists. If you're traveling to another country, you might not realize it, but you might stick out like a sore thumb. Unless you've entirely immersed yourself in their culture, it's pretty likely people are going to know that you're a tourist. Here's how people in other countries spot American tourists. If you're in another country and you're wearing shorts, there's a good chance that people will know that you're a tourist. While Americans love to wear shorts, people in other countries, like India, stop wearing shorts when they're children. You won't get into any trouble, but you will stand out and look a bit odd. In many parts of the world, people don't put ice in their drinks. If you ask for a drink with ice, people will know you're a tourist. If you're traveling abroad, you might want to avoid asking for ice for another reason. The local water might be filthy and unfiltered, so it's best to order your drink without ice. Baseball is the American pastime, and many Americans wear baseball caps. They're not popular, though, for people in other parts of the world. If you walk around in a baseball cap, you will immediately be marked not just as a tourist, but as an American. If you're traveling around Europe or the UK and you're wearing white socks, people will know you are an American. People in these areas wear darker socks, so white socks would be a dead giveaway. Americans care a great deal about our teeth, and braces and teeth whitening are pretty popular. Well, because these things are less common in other areas of the world, your perfect teeth might actually give you away as being an American. Americans are always on the run. Often we're walking and eating at the same time. In other countries, people sit down and focus on nothing but their meal. If you're walking around in a foreign country and you're eating something, you're going to be marked immediately as an American. If you're traveling and you don't understand the metric system, people are going to know that you're an American. If you want to blend in, you're really going to need to learn to use Celsius, and you're also going to need to learn what a meter is. Soccer, aka football, is popular all over the world. America is pretty much the only country that doesn't care too much about football. I mean, we do care about football, but not football that's considered football elsewhere, what we call soccer. We don't care for that. We like the NFL, American football. So if you're out and soccer is on TV and you call it soccer, they're going to know that you're a tourist. People in other countries will often stay to themselves. If you're walking around in a foreign city and you talk to a stranger, it won't be your American accent that gives you away. It'll be the fact that you're actually talking to a stranger. American friendliness is not something that's shared around the world. Americans are known to overshare our feelings. We tell our bartender how we're feeling. We'll let a total stranger know that we're in the middle of a divorce. If you're in a foreign country and you start oversharing like that, you're going to be pegged immediately as an American. Americans are also famous for applauding. We clap after a performance. We clap at the end of a movie. We clap when we see something that makes us happy. People in other countries don't really applaud for any particular reason. There are very few situations where applauding would be acceptable in other countries. When you applaud or clap just because you feel like it, that's going to be a dead giveaway that you're an American. In America, it's considered rude if you don't tip your server. Most restaurants pay their employees about $3 an hour, and the servers rely on tips in order to pay their bills. In other parts of the world, though, restaurants pay their employees full salaries. Tipping's not customary there. If you tip a server in Europe, for example, they won't even know what that money's for. And in other parts of the world, if you try to tip, they may actually be offended by it. People don't wear fanny packs in the United States, but when Americans travel, they bring a fanny pack. Most people do this to keep their belongings close to them while sightseeing. If you go sightseeing while wearing a fanny pack, people will know you are an American. There are plenty of different accents in the U.S., and each of them will stick out if you're traveling in a foreign country. Whether you're from Boston, New York, or the South, people will know as soon as you speak that you call the United States home. Most Americans aren't good at using their inside voice. If you're traveling and you're speaking loudly, if your accent doesn't give you away, your volume will. If you don't know the customs in a foreign country, people are going to know immediately that you're a tourist. If you want to fit in, make sure you do a little research and homework on the place that you're traveling to first so that you know the customs ahead of time. When Americans run into each other in a foreign country, they'll act like they're long-lost friends, even though they are complete strangers. If you meet a fellow American and you start talking about the state you're from and national monuments you visited, people around you will know that you're a tourist. If you walk around a foreign country using American slang, people are going to know right away that you're from America. If you want to fit in, don't use words like bro and sup. If you know the slang where you're visiting, use those words. If you don't, just speak normally. That's the best way to fit in. Americans are always on the go. We're always rushing somewhere. If you're traveling to Europe, you should know that they take their coffee culture seriously over there. If you don't want to be picked out as a tourist, make sure when you order your coffee that you can sit down and sip it. If you take your time, you'll fit right in. Americans aren't any cleaner than people in other countries, but we are more preoccupied with germs than people in other parts of the world. If you're sightseeing and you pull out a bottle of Purell, people are going to spot you right away as a tourist. If you wear American brands of clothing such as North Face, people are going to know that you're American. While some people from other countries do wear American brand clothing, people are still going to wonder. If you're walking around a foreign country wearing a graphic tee, no matter what's on your t-shirt, it might as well say, "I'm an American." People from other countries rarely wear graphic tees. That would be a dead giveaway that you're from North America. Americans tend to be overly positive. Now, that doesn't mean that people in other countries aren't positive, it just means that those people don't show their optimism quite so openly. People in other countries tend to be a bit more pessimistic, and they don't try to hide it. There's really nothing wrong with people being proud of their home country, but if you don't want to be pegged as a tourist, keep your love for the USA to yourself. Also, leave your USA t-shirts at home if you don't want people to know that you're a tourist. Hotels do have cleaning staffs to clean the rooms, but this does not mean that you should leave your room looking like a war zone. If you don't want people to realize that you're a tourist, clean up your room before you leave, even if you're planning on staying another night. This is one of the hallmarks of American tourists. We always leave things a mess. If you don't want to be pegged as a tourist, don't overpack. Americans just are not known for traveling lightly, so if you don't want to be mistaken for a tourist, pack only what you'll need, not what you want, not what you think you might need, only what you know you'll need. If you're carrying suitcases, backpacks, and several carry-ons, people are going to know that you're traveling from America. People all over the world have cell phones, but they're not glued to them the way Americans are. If you're traveling and you don't want to be pegged as a tourist, put your phone away. Another great reason to put your phone down is so you can enjoy your trip to the fullest and take it all in, without your phone being a distraction. People all over the world like to take photos of themselves out and about. Americans, however, tend to take selfies for any reason possible. I mean, you're out at a meal, you gotta take a selfie. You see a pretty shrub, well, we better take a photo of that. Taking constant photos and selfies is the best way to let people know you're a tourist. What's your favorite place to travel to in the world? Tell us in the comments. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos.